I don't stand side by side with nobody till I bleed with them first.
What did we just see? You probably think this world is a dream come true.
When I step into this ring, yeah, bro, I am addicted.
Don't sleep on Luca!
Maybe tomorrow we'll all wear 42.
If you fight for your dreams will fight for you.
Sublime is a 3-person rock band, but probably better categorized as a ska punk / reggae rock group. Active throughout the 90s, Sublime is a group that was definitely popular but didn't see the true heights that people view them nowadays until after the sad passing of their lead singer Bradley Noel. With all that being said, let's just jump straight into Sublime's discography with 40 Ounce to Freedom is Sublime's debut record, released in 1992, coming in at 22 songs, 1 hour and 9 minutes. One of the first notes I have to offer comes with the song We're Only Gonna Die for Our Arrogance. I love the sort of fast-paced nature of the song, with my favorite part especially being, the guitar work on this song and the lyrics as well. When it comes to Don't Push, I like the beginning part where Bradley sort of switches between different paces. First he's kind of singing normally, but then he begins to speed up a bit. And of course, like most of their music to come, it's a very laid back song sonically. We get some real sick guitar work on the chorus especially. The style of singing from Bradley will also be synonymous with Sublime, and it's the feature that I've always loved the most with their music. It's just very fun, satisfying style of singing. When it comes to 54-46, that's my number / ball and chain. I enjoyed the switch up and overall the feel and vibe of the entire track. I really like that switch up a lot. Bad Fish is a Sublime classic. The song slows things down after the past couple of tracks, and I sort of enjoy that shift a lot. Still fits the mood of the record, but acts as a nice sort of breather. Sublime also show off their versatility by having a Spanish song on the record. They also go off to show their storytelling ability with the song Date Rape. Overall, a fun album, a bit long at some points, but it really showcased the versatility that they were going to bring, to the music world with a lot of their different types of music that they implemented. Robbin The Hood is Sublime's follow-up record in 1994, coming in at 23 songs, 56 minutes. This album starts off uniquely with an instrumental and then an almost sort of like reggae / rap type song. This is then followed up by a speech and then a fast-paced track in Pool Shark. This is followed up by Step and Razor, and unique is the only real way to describe this song for me. It mixes so many different sounds. You got like string instruments mixed with synths and hi-hats. A song of just various genres that I really enjoyed. Another unique song is Saw Red, which sees Gwen Stefani collab with Sublime. This song to me is almost like a movie or play in song format, if that makes sense. It's quick, it's fast paced. Gwen Stefani plays, really well off of Bradley Noel and, Sublime's overall sound. And like I said, I don't know, anytime I listen to it, it just feels like, like I can picture like some type of scene going along with it, The guitar and bass work on Falling Idols has got to be one of my favorites from Sublime. This is literally like if Summer, but more specifically like a surfing contest, had a theme song. Like that's what I picture when I listen to Falling Idols a lot of times. Though I haven't been there often, tying into this whole thing of what I'm saying about Falling Idols, I feel like to me Sublime has often been a good representation of the city, Long Beach. They've just always found a way to perfectly describe their setting through their music. You can hear a lot of the influence, you can feel the influence, and you can, like you see with many different artists, you can tell how important their city is to them, and how important it is for them to put that city, on the map. And like I said, you just hear a lot of that well represented in their music. This is continued on All You Need. I love the harsher drums on this one. It takes a bit more of that punk sound, especially vocally at times. With that, another sort of short review with this record, but this one is, for better reason. A lot of tracks on this one. This record features a lot of different like voice memos and skits throughout. But as far as the rest of the record, like I said, I really enjoy the laid back nature of, Sublime's music, and this record especially. It's a bit up and down for me though. Sublime's self-titled record would release in 1996, coming in at 17 songs, 58 minutes. The tragedy of this record is that it would go on to be the group's biggest record, but lead singer Bradley Noel, as I mentioned, would not get to bear the fruits of his labor. Months before the record's release, Noel would pass away due to an overdose. But, you know, like I said, very tragic. Didn't really get to see a lot of the success of Sublime. But let's just get into this record, you know, and let's just start with some of the many hits. You know, first off, you got What I Got. Absolute classic. It embodies that sort of laid back nature as described earlier. The thing I love the most about this song though is that, you know, everything that's described throughout it, you know, Noel describes, you know, some hardships, but still maintains that approach of like loving life and just simply wanting a simple life. You know, like he talks a lot about like all these different hardships, but he just wants a life that is very simple, you know, and where a lot of these hardships aren't there no more, you know. Wrong Way recently started trending, and of course it was due to people sort of completely misunderstanding the song. I think a couple of people can remember this like trending. Leave it to social media to not have proper media literacy. Funny enough, when I was trying to look stuff up for this discography review, I saw like someone even wrote like an article about different Sublime songs, and I'm just like, you're looking at them through the wrong lens. You know, you're looking at them face value rather than looking at it, you know, through the approach of like actually understanding the songs and like breaking them down, you know. But that's a rant for another day. Santeria is another hit from this record and probably my favorite from Sublime. It is probably especially my favorite like vocal / singing approach from Noel. He perfectly sings in a way that, like, you know, you hear the anger in his voice, but there's also like touches of sadness behind that anger. Also, instrumental, really good as well. And finally, the other big hit from this record is Doing Time, a wonderful song with a not so wonderful meaning. The song is, you know, mainly about an abusive relationship where Noel compares the relationship to being locked up. And I like the fact that, you know, again, getting into this whole thing about, you know, interpreting things. I like that some people kind of look at this song through the lens of like drug abuse at times, you know, like not necessarily a physical relationship with other people, but like, you know, using it to compare like to drug use. But how about the rest of the record? Same in the End is another one of those fast-paced songs. I really enjoy the guitar and drum work, especially during the chorus. I also enjoy whenever Bradley does this sort of style of singing where he like rushes through his lines. We see the punk aspect of Sublime come into play again with their song where they talk about the LA riots of the 90s. Noel describes, you know, what he was doing during that time, what his thoughts were when all that was going down. Under My Voodoo had some real great guitar work. I love that stuff. And again, I know this one seems like it's going to be another shorter review. It's another good, consistent record from Sublime that I really enjoy. And again, just kind of tragic that they didn't, like, Bradley Noel didn't get to see the success, but like I said, a good, consistent record from Sublime. Really enjoyed this one. So, a really short one here with Sublime. I know they didn't go into much detail. I just want to say I really enjoyed a lot of the music. I liked, you know, at times how they played off that laid back nature that I mentioned, but I also like how, you know, they played off that by having contrasting vocals at times, you know. And Sublime also just made sure to keep their music very real. By that I mean that you can clearly hear their influences, and like I said, they wore their environment on their sleeve. They lived the LBC and weren't afraid to let that be the identity of their music, you know. At times Sublime was real, brash, and honest. It is one of the things that you sort of find yourself falling in love with throughout the discography. Sometimes they didn't take themselves seriously and just had fun with the music. Plenty of other times, you know, they had very thought-provoking things to say about serious topics. Plenty of classics and unique music provided. Really enjoyed this one. Bit of a short one though, only, you know, 3 records of course to react to, but overall had fun with this one. As it stands, my current ranking for Sublime's discography goes as follows. Robbin The Hood last, followed by Self-Titled with 40 Ounce to Freedom at first. From here, we continue on to our next artist, DPR Ian.